Hey guys, Michael from Copper v Glass. In a time when top tier smartphones like the iPhone 5 and the HTC One are costing upwards of £550 and even £600, can a mobile that costs just £299 possibly compete? Well, let's take a first look now. This is my review of the brand new Google Nexus 5. The design of the Nexus 5 builds on what's come before it, most notably the Nexus 4 and the LG G2. Now looking around the device itself, any buttons that you see are going to be ceramic, so you've got the sleep wake and the SIM ejector tool on the right. On the bottom of the device you've got the speaker and the micro USB, and on the left hand side another ceramic button for the volume up and down. And on the top of the device you're going to have a noise cancelling mic and also a standard 3.5mm headphone jack. This is also one of the first times really that you're going to have to make a choice between black and white, which isn't just going to be the colour. On the white model, the outer rim just here is going to be glossy plastic, whereas the black model is going to be more of a matte soft touch material that you're going to find on the back of the device like you do here with the white model. Now it doesn't really make too much difference, the phones are still going to perform exactly the same, but it is definitely something to note. On the white model you can think of it as the screen and the outer edge being one on the same material, whereas on the black model the back and the sides seem to be one unibody piece. The screen has also had vast improvements. It is now a 1080p 5-inch display. Now the colours do sometimes look a little bit washed out compared to what you're going to find on something like a Samsung Galaxy S4 or even the HTC One, but in terms of the crispness and the saturation and things, it is still a very nice display and one of the best out there on the market at the moment. The price of the Nexus 5 is certainly cheap, but the internals are not. You are going to be finding a Snapdragon 800 processor, you're going to find the Adreno 330 GPU, and also 2GB of RAM. Now another thing that you're not going to find on any other device at the moment, at least at the moment of this video being done, is the new version of which is Android KitKat 4.4. Now you may think that it just being a point update that you're not going to see that many improvements, and you would definitely be wrong. There are vast improvements to the OS, the fluidity, and just in general how it feels. Now that may be down to the internals of the phone because it is pretty much one of the fastest Android powered smartphones out there at the moment, but just in terms of the way that the OS feels, it is very fluid. I've not really had any slowdown, and just in general it feels like a more grown up version of Android. Gone are the days of the blue hints that we had in Honeycomb and also Jelly Bean, replaced with more of a white hue, which is definitely a lot more simpler and a lot more cleaner. And in terms of the transparency of the OS as well, you can see things like the menu buttons and even the taskbar at the top are now more transparent, which definitely adds to the overall look and feel of Android. Now the way that Android works is also slightly different. The app drawer is now only for apps. There's a separate place where you can do things like changing the wallpaper, adding widgets, and just getting quick access to the settings. Also a new feature which at this moment is exclusive to the Nexus 5 is a variation on the Moto X's touchless controls. Now unfortunately it doesn't work while the phone is in sleep, but it does allow you to say OK Google at any stage when you're on the home screen or just in general working around the OS to get access to information, launch applications, or just in general do a Google web search. I do find this feature very handy, especially for when I'm driving and things like that, or just in general when the phone's a bit further away than I'd like it to be and I can just ask it a quick question and get that instant answer, and it'll also talk back to me, meaning I don't actually have to look at the phone to just browse the information. Battery life on the Nexus 5 has also improved, which isn't to say much coming from the Nexus 4. The battery on the Nexus 5 will get me through pretty much a full day worth of heavy usage, gaming, email accounts, Facebook, etc, and just in general using the phone on a regular basis. But the problem is it's not consistent. Sometimes I'll be able to use the phone 10 hours straight without having to put it back on a charge, sometimes that'll be down to 6, and I even had a day where I went only 5 hours before having to put it back on charge. Charging the phone though isn't going to be a problem at all, as the Nexus 5 has built-in wireless charging with the Qi standard, meaning if you have a wireless charger hanging around like I do here from Nokia, you can simply place your device on it and it will start charging wirelessly straight away. This is a great addition to the phone and doesn't come with some higher models like the Samsung Galaxy S4 or the HTC One. One thing that definitely needed improving from previous Nexus models is the camera. Now I'm happy to say that with the Nexus 5's 8MP camera, it's definitely a step up from something like the Nexus 4, but it still isn't top of its class. Now for something that's being so heavily advertised with the camera in mind, I would hope that the pictures would be a little bit better than what I'm getting. With something like a Samsung Galaxy S4, HTC One or the iPhone 5S, you're going to get more consistent, better photos. Now what I mean by that is I don't feel as confident taking this phone out of my pocket and taking one photo and knowing that it's going to be there and be a great photo. I'd have to take maybe 3 or 4 just to get that perfect shot. Now something that has improved though is definitely the video quality. Now you're going to get a really nice 720p video, and also the microphone on the phone is one of the best that I've heard. For things like vlogging and just in general everyday movie usage, it's definitely going to come in handy, and with this you're not going to have any disappointments like I've had previously with the actual camera itself and taking photos. Back to the original question of whether this phone can compete with those high-level smartphones, I would definitely say it does. Now don't get me wrong, LG has had to cut some corners to keep that price so low, so like I mentioned before, the camera quality could be a little bit better, and also the battery life isn't as good as what we're going to find in some other devices. But the overall phone, the fact that it's got the latest version of Android, and just in general the speed and fluidity of everything that we're going to be getting with the Nexus 5 does make it one of the best phones on the market at the moment, and I would highly recommend it for anyone looking for that stock Android experience with some high performance hardware. And that's going to do it for my review of the Google Nexus 5. If you guys have got any thoughts or opinions on the Nexus 5, be sure to leave them in the comments section down below. And if you did like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos from Copper vs Glass, then please do hit that subscribe button, and also add us on our new Google Plus page so you can get all the up-to-date information that you won't necessarily find on the channel. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.